As I am, so are they, as they are, so am I. Comparing others with oneself, do not kill, nor cause others to kill.
This quote is one of the more tricky quotes from the Buddha. It is actually suggesting that you and everyone else are the same. Now you might be thinking to yourself, how can I be the same as a mass murderer? Well, as a person you are not. A better way to think of this quote is to say we are all the same but different. We are the same in terms of our basic needs, since we all desire to be who we truly are in our own unique and different way. We all want to be loved, to be healthy, to be safe, and to achieve our dreams. We all experience pain, loss, success, happiness, and peace of mind. So when we compare ourselves to others, it means very little in the scheme of things, because it doesn't truly mean anything for us. For we are, after all, the same.
A disciplined mind brings happiness.
Without discipline, happiness and even success becomes merely a pipe dream. Discipline helps you develop skills that aid in problem solving and in making the right choices. You will also be able to cultivate strong relationships and even a generally positive attitude. Your discipline aids you in avoiding being a part of situations that are problematic, distracting, and also poor habits. This helps you avoid having regrets, resentment, stress, and discontentment. When you are disciplined, you control the manner in which you live your life, which gives you a sense of contentment. You feel a level of satisfaction and confidence which help in creating your happiness. To become disciplined and ensure your happiness, you must first get rid of any temptations and distractions in your life. You also should have goals and an action plan for their achievement. Focus on the tasks you have to do and your goals.
A wise person should be urgently moved on occasions that make for urgency.
In this quote, the Buddha is pointing out what you know to be obvious, but many do not heed. Whenever urgent activities arise, they demand immediate action and attention. They are usually associated with the accomplishment of some goal that cannot be delayed. The level of attention they demand is also due to the consequences associated with them not being dealt with right away. When you become aware of which activities are urgent and which are not, you are able to overcome the tendency many have to focus on activities that are not urgent. You will also be able to devote adequate time to do what's necessary for your success. The more urgently you act, the quicker things get done.
All experiences are preceded by mind, having mind as their master, created by mind.
What this quote is saying is, your mind is what controls what you experience in this world. Your mind is what determines how you view things and interpret things, and by extension how you choose to react to said things. Your experience with something is determined by how you feel about it, good or bad. So if you have negative thoughts about something, then your reaction to it will be negative. The converse is also true. As such, you must at all times be mindful of what your thoughts are at any given moment about anything. You are what you think most about.
Ardently, do today what must be done. Who knows? Tomorrow, death comes.
The last thing you want is to arrive at the end of your life and be filled with regret. Regret that you never said the things you needed to say, regret that you never did the things that made you happy, regret that you instantly hid who you are and never celebrated that with pride. And the worst regret of them all, you waited too long to do what you must. So right now, right this minute, implore yourself to take action. Don't wait. Anything that you've been putting off, stop that. Tomorrow may never come. Do it now.
Conquer anger with non-anger. Conquer badness with goodness. Conquer meanness with generosity. Conquer dishonesty with truth.
The Buddha is saying here that negative things, and events, and emotions, and actions cannot be eliminated or overcome with more negative responses. The only thing that does is to escalate the situation and cause greater negative outcomes. The thought here is that, to defeat negative occurrences, you must meet it with a positive attitude and actions. These positive behaviors should never be engaged intermittently, but must be constant and consistent.
Meditate, do not delay, lest you later regret it.
Buddha believed in, and would preach, about the importance of meditation to those who follow his teachings. Meditation is seen as very important in the quest for relaxation and a deeper understanding of life's mystical and sacred forces. These days, meditation is a tool to help you to reduce stress and unwind. When you meditate, you get a sense of calm, balance and peace that benefits your overall health and emotional well-being. You also learn to keep an inner peace and remain centered. There are many more benefits to meditation, so if you are not doing it as part of your daily life, start doing so now.
Should you find a wise critic to point out your faults, follow him, as you would a guide to hidden treasure.
In today's world, it is an extremely rare thing for you to meet someone who tells you things you do not want to hear and are well intended in their pronouncements. What the Buddha is saying is that when you find such a person, do not let them go. Keep them close, because they are more likely to tell you the harsh truths about yourself, including your faults. Many of you may be offended and defensive when someone holds up a candle to your faults. But you are looking at it from the wrong perspective. It is far better to see those moments as an opportunity for you to learn about said faults, if you were not aware of them, and begin doing something about them, so that you can become a better person.
Whatever is not yours, let go of it. Your letting go of it will be for your long-term happiness and benefit.
It may be a tendency of yours to hold on to things that are not for you, at the expense of your happiness. What Buddha is saying here seems to be that you can't be happy if you refuse to let things that are not for you go. Now this may be difficult for you, because you have invested a part of yourself, your energy, and time into it, and you don't want to feel as if you have failed. It's also easy to believe that letting go means that you do not care, but this is not true. You can care, but for your own peace of mind and happiness, you must. Not everyone or everything is meant to stay in your life. So you must constantly pay attention to who and what is in your life, and ask yourself if it's a negative or positive thing in your life. If it is negative, then get rid of it. If it is positive, keep it. Always preserve your happiness.
Like fine dust thrown against the wind, evil falls back upon that fool who offends an inoffensive, pure and guiltless man.
This quote, put in another way, is saying, whatever evil you do unto others, it will be done to you too. Buddha is suggesting that, especially for someone who is guiltless, pure, and inoffensive, when you hurt them, you are putting yourself in line for some serious hurt. This quote is meant to teach the principle of, do good to everyone always, and good will befall you.
Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so, the wise are not affected by praise or blame.
What Buddha is asking you to do in this quote is to be like a rock in the midst of a storm, and not be affected by the praise or blame you receive. This is going to be a challenge for most of you, because it goes against your natural instinct. Whenever you receive praise and blame, you feel good or bad. You get swayed in different directions, and as such, are affected by it. You may even begin to think highly or less of yourself. This in turn will affect your happiness and peace of mind. So be like a rock, find your place of neutrality, then you will be able to stay still and rooted, no matter what comes your way.
The root of suffering is attachment.
In life, you will often become attached to things, such as your cars, house, money, degrees, titles, and many other things. You will likely judge your success or failure based on what you have or who you know. These are often based on societal standards that make you feel like you are nothing if you don't have these things. What Buddha is saying is that it is this attachment that causes you great pain. For as society's tastes change, you end up wanting more and more, and when you lose things, you are in great distress over the loss. Buddha teaches that happiness is an inside job and is never dependent on outside things. You suffer because you hold on to the belief that something somewhere, once you have it, you will be happy.